In this video, I'm going to review the parts of a conclusion. And again, this week we're working on our literary analysis essays writing in response to short fiction. Similar to introduction, conclusions also typically have three parts. In any conclusion, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to restate your thesis, which means you're going to re-express the main point of the essay using different words or different language than you did in the introduction. The next piece of a conclusion is you're going to remind your readers of the main points the essay has made. This doesn't mean you're repeating ideas that you've already written. You're not copying and pasting things from other parts of the essay. You're just touching on the main points to remind your reader that they're there. Finally, the last part, and this is oftentimes the most difficult part, you want to discuss the significance of your ideas, right? Why is what you've just written important or useful to someone else who's going to read this short story or just to people in general? Right? So let's take a look at some examples. Using again the Raymond Carver story, What We Talk About When We Talk About Love, here's an example of a conclusion. Right? Character development, setting, and metaphor all work together to create a narrative that explores the pain and frustration that love can sometimes create. Mel's character becomes more aggressive as he drinks. The setting turning to darkness and the setting turning to darkness both indicate that his relationship with Terry is not genuine or healthy. Additionally, Mel's profession as a cardiologist further emphasizes that though he claims otherwise, Mel is not sensitive to matters of the heart. Right, so what we have here is we have a restating of the thesis statement, right? We see that in red there, communicating the same ideas that we communicated in the introduction video, just doing so with a slightly different arrangement of language. The next sentence would review the main points that were made throughout the essay. So presumably we had a section of our paper that was about character development, a section of our paper that was about setting, and a section of our paper that discussed the fact that Mel as a cardiologist is a kind of metaphor to emphasize the fact that he actually does not know a whole lot about romance or about the heart. The last piece we're going to do is we're going to discuss the significance, right? Or the so what of the paper. So there's two questions that you want to ask yourself. The first question is, why is what you have just written useful to readers or useful to people who are also reading the same short story as you just have? Another question you might ask yourself is, why is this useful to people in general? As you're writing your conclusion, you might address both of these questions, or you might address only one. It's sort of up to you and the amount of development you want your conclusion to have. Right. So let's take a look at an example. So again, we have the same conclusion statement here, and we've added a final sentence that discusses the significance or the so what, and that final sentence is understanding that love can sometimes create pain helps readers to appreciate the complexity of romance. Right, so very simple. In this case, we've just used one sentence, and we're indicating or emphasizing to our readers why it is that the ideas that came before are important or useful